So let's try and sort the clutch system out. The clutch system on this car is hydraulic. Well, that's not original, but it has been converted to hydraulic. We have some hoses down there which connect the brake fluid reservoir to the clutch master cylinder down there. It's connected to the clutch pedal. Let me show you real quick. There it is. I hope you can see it. This here is the clutch master cylinder. It is fed with the brake fluid from the top, and here it goes to the clutch slave cylinder on the gearbox down there. And that's all it is to it. We are running a bit low on the brake fluid because one of the hoses here was torn. I have replaced it, it's that one here. And now it's a good time to pour some more brake fluid in. I also have to connect this sensor here, which alarms you when the brake fluid is low. Which obviously is very, very useful. We need some more. Here, we got it all the way to the top. That's okay, because we'll be bleeding the system. That means we'll be letting some of the fluid out in order to get rid of all the air bubbles inside. Next thing we need to do is establish some sort of a bleeding system. I'll show you how that works. But first we need to get the car up a little. Alright, so what we do next is connect a piece of transparent hose. It's very good to have a transparent hose, at least a piece of hose that's transparent, so you can see the air bubbles forming. So yeah, I'll just try, and the exhaust is getting in the way, and we just wedge this over here, over the nipple. The size of the transparent hose is very important because it has to seal around the nipple. Otherwise, it can pull air out of the atmosphere in. Okay, let's call that a good seal. Now let's take a wrench, a little wrench. This is 7mm, and open the valve. Yeah, I think it's open. You can see it's like it's loose. Now we'll try pumping the clutch pedal and we'll see if we get any flow through there. This here is the hose from the underneath. For now I'll just put it here and put a piece of tape over it just to hold it in place. Let's try pumping the pedal and we'll see what happens. Well, so far nothing is happening really. We will now incorporate a glass jar with the brake fluid in it that will act like a one-way valve. You'll see what I mean. Okay, there we go. We got a pickle jar here filled with brake fluid, and then the transparent hose goes all the way down to the slave cylinder on the gearbox. And check this out. I will pump the pedal now. Without the pickle jar, there was nothing happening. But now, check this out. I will be pumping this pedal here. Do you see? The air is coming out. So the pickle jar filled with brake fluid actually works like a one-way valve. The fluid that it would have to suck in the, when I decompress the pedal, offers more resistance than air itself. So in the end, the air comes out like the bubbles you've seen in the jar, and the brake fluid just comes on the bottom, as the brake fluid is obviously heavier than air.
What's heavier, a kilogram of steel or a kilogram of feathers?
So all we have to do is just keep pumping, so all the air gets out. When we don't see any air bubbles left, we'll just close the valve down on the slave cylinder. That means we have bleeded the system and there's no air inside it anymore. So let's keep pumping. The important thing to watch out for in this case is how much brake fluid we have in the brake fluid reservoir. Because if we ran out of brake fluid in the reservoir, the system would swallow again some more air inside the system. And that's obviously what we're trying to eliminate. So you have to make sure that the brake fluid level is on the top, always. Yes, there's plenty of brake fluid inside here. Let's pump some more. You see? Those are air bubbles. We don't want those. We still have some bubbles showing up. Let's just check the level again. Yeah, let's pour some more inside. But yeah, the bubbles could be the result of the valve, the thread on the valve, too much open out. So let's try and tighten it a little bit. Here you see, the brake fluid is leaking. That means the valve is open too much, and that's where the air is coming in. Let me just screw that in. Okay, I've tightened the slave cylinder valve a bit. Let's see if it makes a difference. We shouldn't be getting any air bubbles. I don't know if you can see that, but those tiny air bubbles are moving at a slow pace. That's what we want. This door is squeaking like crazy. I think that's it. Let's close the slave valve down there and see if we can release the clutch with our clutch system. I've tightened up the valve up there. Let's now remove all these hoses and see if we got a working clutch.